So what's the cheapest string available on Amazon today, and is it worth your hard-earned cash? Find out. As inflation hits a 30-year high, people are struggling as gas and food prices are rising beyond control. In one man's attempt to manage his finances, he purchases the cheapest reel of string on Amazon. Turner Premium Poly. So Turner's Premium Poly has arrived. It's an older, cheaper string. It feels quite decent actually on impact, but I want to go through some of the nuances here before we get the final thoughts from Simon and I upstairs. I strung it up in my Head Extreme Tour, my normal tension at 52 pounds, and Simon also threw it in his Gravity at 52 pounds. On impact, the string actually feels quite good. It's quite connected and it's softer than I was expecting. I thought it was going to feel like one of those really old school polys, which is quite stiff, but it has decent ball pocketing. That said, it is a round string, so I did notice quite a bit of slipping on the string bed. So it doesn't grip the ball the way an edged poly would, but it still feels slippery to me than something like a Poly Tour Pro or a Hawk Touch. I get a lot better like ball bite right out of the string bed from both of those. So that's something you maybe like or may dislike. If you're a spin player, you probably are not going to like that as much, but I think if you hit flatter, and that ball pocketing can really be nice for your game. So that is something to look out for. And off to Simon on his thoughts on tension maintenance and playability duration.
The tension maintenance was, to put it one way, terrible.
You can feel the tension loss with every ball.
Off the bat, the strings felt great, but after even 6 hits in one rally, you really notice that with each progressive shot, you're losing tension every single time.
I felt that as well. The tension just sucks right out of the string. But after, I would say, a week, I felt like it settled in. The tension dropped a lot, like, don't get me wrong, but it didn't continuously lose tension until it was like a legitimate empty plastic bag. Like, it levels out eventually, which is reassuring.
Yeah, you just got to be prepared to evolve your game with the string if you're going to use these, and know that if you manage to not break them by that time, you're going to have a looser tension after about a week, and you can play with those conceivably for as long as you would any other string. But it's going to be a significantly different experience than getting a more expensive string and having the tension that you think it's going to be the entire time.
But you were telling me that even on first hit, it didn't immediately feel like it was garbage.
No, it actually felt really good. I thought that the feedback was great. The ball pocketing was really strong. And I really enjoyed the string actually for the first little bit until I had to really start adjusting my swing for the changes that the strings were making.
Yeah, like on the receiving end of Simon's ball, you could tell that as the hit went on, and this is like the first hit we played with them, he was losing tension so quickly, and the trampoline effect he was getting off the string bed made his shots sail regularly. Like, the man usually is relatively controlled and he holds a lot back on the court, but he couldn't restrain himself enough, even with these strings.
The main thing for me was really the feel and the sensation of the strings. Right off the bat, the strings actually felt amazing. I felt like I could tell exactly where I was hitting the ball on my racket, but again, as with everything else with this string, after a couple of hits, I literally lost all sensation. I had no idea what was going on, and it was a very numb experience. So that was hard to adjust to as the hit went on.
Yeah, I had that same experience. So the responsiveness off the string bed is decent. Like, the strings aren't muted, and they're shockingly a lot more comfortable than I was expecting. So, final thoughts on this string. Who do you think this string is for?
I think that this string honestly is more of a novelty piece than anything else.
Initially I thought, okay, this string is going to be good for the person who breaks strings on every hit, but Simon reminded me, your first hit with these strings is a completely different experience with every rally, and if you're breaking strings every hit, you need something that's going to be consistent so you don't make those constant adjustments.
I don't think that this will be a serious string to consider unless you really don't care. You're just looking to go out there and have fun with your friends on the weekend or something like that. If you are playing more than once a week or even more than once a month, and you care about how your ball feels on the string, and you care about string maintenance, tension maintenance, it's going to be something that I would suggest you pass on.